Hello there, welcome to today's webinar hosted by SpinGo. I'm Jeff Liu and I thank you for joining us today. This is a free monthly webinar series where we present ideas and methods to help event makers promote, market, and manage their events. Today we are discussing ideas about how to use social media to get the word out. Before we get started, please note that you are welcome to submit any questions or comments you have via the GoToWebinar panel. We'll be having a brief Q&A following the presentation to answer those questions. We're also recording today's session, which will be available later for on-demand viewing. Look out for an email with the video link sometime after the conclusion of this webinar. Today, we're so delighted to be joined by Ricky Ray Butler, the founder and president of Plaid Social Labs. It's a media agency that utilizes brand integration on YouTube, Vine, Twitch, and Instagram. Plaid works with the majority of top 100 YouTube content creators and has helped grow brands like Turkish Airlines, Warner Brothers, Sony, PetSmart, and Ubisoft. Plaid was recently acquired by Corbis Entertainment in April of this year. Ricky is a master at generating buzz for brands, and we're so honored to have him here. Ricky, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
All right, I'm going to make you the presenter.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. This is actually my first webinar, so this is fun for me. Now, and thanks for that, very nice intro, Jeff. So I'm not on a webcam, so I thought it would be a good idea just to give you a picture. My beard's triple the size of that now, and but as Jeff mentioned, I founded a company called Plaid Social Labs 6-7 years ago, and recently, this last April, we've been acquired by Corbis Entertainment, and Corbis is one of the leading companies in the world that focuses on brand integration and product placement on film and television. Our specialty is working with digital influencers, basically online video programming on YouTube, Twitch, Snapchat, Vine, and Instagram, and obviously, Facebook has become a lot more relevant since, as well as Periscope. And so basically, just to give you, so you understand what exactly we do. We work with digital influencers. This is the future of television, and a lot of these YouTube channels and a lot of these influencers right now have more influence than Hollywood celebrities, and there are a handful of channels that actually get more views and more viewership than some of the most popular TV programs. For example, there's a YouTube channel called Epic Rap Battle that gets more views than Big Bang Theory, and Variety magazine did a research study just recently, and they wanted to see what top who were the most popular celebrities to millennials, and 6 out of the top 8 ended up being YouTube celebrities. So they're celebrities as well as programs, they're media. And this is what teenagers and younger, and as well as younger millennials, are all consuming so much right now when it comes to their content. And while television is going down, online media is skyrocketing. So with that said, when we've worked with thousands of these YouTube or these digital influencers, and we've realized it is very effective to leverage their audiences and to create buzz around events. And so how this usually works is we negotiate with the influencer to come to an event, let their audience know that they're at that event. They tweet, they Facebook post, they obviously have Instagram posts, and just depending on what the brand wants, they can Periscope while they're there, or they can create a video that they can upload later. And this has been very effective with several, with a handful of events that we worked with recently. And the majority of this, webinar, I want to just show you a couple of examples of what we've done, and then from there, I'll be answering your questions. So one event that we helped with is with PetSmart. We worked with a channel called BF versus GF. This channel is really big on YouTube. They have 7.9 million followers, and on just YouTube alone, and on Instagram they have 5.3 million, and then on Twitter 4.7 million. And basically, PetSmart wanted them to be a part of their Inspired by Pets campaign. So PetSmart had a little tour where they went to different cities and they set up an exhibit with a lot of pets, like dogs and cats, where people could go and hold them and pet them. And so what we ended up doing is we got this channel, and just to give you some context about this channel, the content is them just documenting their lives. Jesse and Gina, they upload a video every single day just showing their followers what they do. It's kind of like reality television, but they're filming it themselves. And so basically we had them show up to this event, to this exhibit, and document their experience being with the pets and with the different animals. And they then did a call to action to their audience to share pictures or videos of that are inspired by their pets. And so you see the examples here. You know, there's a good amount of dog and cat pictures that their fans submitted using the PetSmart Inspired by Pets. And we ended up getting thousands thousands of submissions from their audience using that hashtag. And so I wanted to show you just how this worked, and you'll literally see how raw this content is, but it really is the content of the future. So I'm just going to fast forward it a little bit.
Yo, it's chillier here.
Okay.
Wagon. This is the PetSmart Inspiration Wagon right now. And I guess this is the opportunity for you to hang out with some dogs and stuff here in New York City. Sent this Inspiration Wagon across the country to places like this.
Oh, look how cute he is.
He wants to play.
Jesse just said he loves golden retrievers. I didn't know that, babe. So maybe in the future when we're ready to get
one?
Well, we will get one together.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Wait, does he really have two? Oh my god, I didn't even see that. It's like all the way in the snow.
1, 2, 1, get it. So they got cats out here. What's this one's name?
It's Popo.
Popo?
Watch out for the popo.
Can I press the horn? So this is a horn. This is a horn. Oh, it's doing it right now. So if someone's in your way in New York, you just hit this button?
Yeah, so you get the idea there. Excuse me. I accidentally pushed. So you get the idea. They went, they showed it, and then later on in the video, they did a call to action for people to look for the PetSmart little tour, as well as to share pictures online of what inspired them. Another time that we've done this is with an influencer called Tyler Oakley. Tyler Oakley is growing really fast, and I feel like he's going to be the next Ellen. He has his own little talk show on his channel. And so we did a couple of different activations with Tyler. and one was where he helped host a homecoming with Bella Thorne and Charlie XCX that was at a high school, and they documented their entire experience with that. And And this is one of the first times where we actually ended up working with a digital celebrity with traditional Hollywood celebrities. We also did something else with Jessie J, where it showed Tyler meeting up with her, doing an interview, and like dancing to Just Dance together. But I wanted to focus mainly on the event, the homecoming event that they did with Bella Thorne and Charlie XCX. So you see some of the Instagram posts here. Tyler ended up taking over the Just Dance game Instagram, where he just took a bunch of pictures of himself, as well as Bella Thorne and Charlie XCX. And he also did several photos from his own Instagram account as well. But you see some of these pictures, of the concert, him and Bella eating donuts together, him with a shirt of Just Dance 2015 over his face, and then him, with a sexy pose on the red carpet. And so let's go. I wanted to show you just real quickly how this worked with Tyler. Oops. Let me go back. My bad. I did not push play. Okay. Excuse the advertisement.
Unleash your refreshing citrus kick. Do the do.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Tyler Oakley, and if I were to go back in time and think about my high school experience, I would say some of my absolute favorite memories would have to be from the dances. I had so much fun at like homecoming and Sadie's and prom, and I think so much of that had to do with the people that I surrounded myself with. And my friends were all just so like carefree about it. Like, we didn't care if people were staring at us. We were just going to have fun, and we were going to just dance, and that was the best thing in the world. And one of the things that I get asked by you guys all the time is, will you be my date to the dance? And I'm like, it might be a little weird if I were to show up and go as your date, but that did make me want to think about how could I possibly crash a homecoming. So I crashed a homecoming, and basically what happened was Just Dance 2015 wanted to completely take over a homecoming for the launch of their brand new video game, so they invited me and Charlie XCX and Bella Thorne to come along and have fun with all of you guys. It was like such an incredible night. They completely decked out this homecoming and set up a red carpet. We got to walk the carpet, and then all of you guys got to walk the carpet, and then I got to go interview Charlie XCX again, which was incredible. Hey y'all, I'm Tyler Oakley, and I am here with the one and only Charlie XCX. Hi.
Hey.
Long time no see.
I know. How's it going?
It's going well. We are both here at this homecoming. Did you ever go to homecoming?
Never. It just wasn't really a thing in the UK.
Really?
No, there's like school discos, but I feel like homecoming and prom is like a real
American
like
thing.
it's a big deal out here. I'm very
It is.
excited.
It's a big deal. You're performing a song that's actually in Just Dance 2015.
It's been cool, so I have.
So you get the idea. They later on in the video it shows more examples of them being at the event, having fun with the students there, and there was a lot of publicity around it, and they got millions and millions of views and millions of impressions, and it was all based around the event. And so we've had quite the demand since we started our first event, because it's so successful of creating a lot of engagement online. Because big sporting events like Super Bowl obviously are gonna get a lot of engagement no matter what, but it kind of makes it so a brand can take maybe a medium-sized event or a small event and make it so everyone online is also seeing what's going on. A different angle that we took was with a video game called Far Cry, where we invited all these influencers to come to an event, and we got their first reaction to playing the video game. They had them record it and then upload it. We then uploaded it to YouTube shortly after the event. So I can show you this example as well.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
So,
Holy
So a little more, I guess a little more vulgar there compared to the other videos. But basically, Far Cry is a really crazy game. Has a lot of animals. It has a lot of curveballs that it throws at you. And so they invited all the influencers to a party, and they record themselves playing the game for the first time. And what we ended up doing is we had them upload their own videos to YouTube, and then we also made a compilation video showing all the reactions, which was the beginning of what you just saw on that last video. Recently, we did something with Dos Equis where we got a lot of the movers and shakers that are from YouTube and Vine that are also really big on Periscope. And one thing that we've realized is I think Periscope and then Facebook live streaming are really are going to be huge well, they're huge already, but they're going to be really big when it comes to events in the next year. So Matthew Santoro, who you see here on the top left, he is the largest influencer on Periscope today, and he's also a big YouTube celebrity. And then you have Timothy DeLaGhetto, who's not quite as big, but he can still get a lot of engagement. And then you have Cody Johns and Joshua DTV. Joshua DTV is originally on YouTube, and Cody Johns is a Vine celebrity. And basically, we had them just document their experience going to a party in San Diego. I mean, two of them went to a party in San Diego, and the other two went to a party in LA, where they're Dos Equis parties, and they posted a few Instagram posts as well as documented their experience with a live stream. So here are some of the posts that they made. So we have Matthew Santoro teaming up with Dos Equis to give you a peek at their lunar rising party. Working with Dos Equis to give you a glimpse of their lunar rising party from Joshua DTV. So these are the different posts that they had. And then to show you guys a quick example, this is something that we had to figure out, and we'll just show you just a glimpse of this. This is very raw content, but what you'll notice is with Joshua DTV, he had his girlfriend at the time, currently I believe, his fiance, at the event with him, and she's behind the channel Miranda Sings. So we had to two celebrities there. So.
Dos Equis Lunar Rising invited me to come check out this show, and there's this really talented woman swinging from a rope. I got my girl behind me too. Oh!
So basically, there's a lot you can do, and there's all you can do with social media. Obviously, having your own social media campaign, but we've realized what's really helped at events amplify our clients' social media has been around using influencers that have large followings and leveraging those audiences to be exposed to the events. And it just makes it much easier to make those events look like a much bigger deal, and it also creates a lot of engagement. It's also something that can be used if you're needing to get a crowd of people to an event and that you're having a harder time with that aspect. Sometimes the way to do it is to have influencers announce that they're going to an event that's open to the public, and make it so their followers that are millions and millions of followers can RSVP, and you can easily get a couple thousand people to show up if you have the right influencers doing that. So I'm now going to open this up to questions, and you can see my emails here. Feel free to give me an email if you have any questions. But I'm now going to open up to everyone to ask questions and see if I can give you some answers with the time that we have left. And Jeff, I'm not seeing any questions.
Okay. I'm seeing them come through, and I'll ask you some of these. First one is, how do you get social influencers to agree to come to an event, especially if you have a small budget?
Yeah, so if you have a small budget, I mean, basically what you'll need to do is just go with a smaller influencer. And so, sometimes they have managers, sometimes they don't, or you can use a company like our own to help make this happen. Just because we've been around longer than most companies, and and so we've been able to grandfather a lot of relationships directly with influencers. But when you have a small budget, because some of these influencers are very expensive because they get millions of views, you can find maybe a channel that maybe averages 50,000 views a video rather than a million views a video. Or you can find a handful of like smaller channels that will still increase engagement, will still give more exposure to your event. However, it'll make it so your budget can be lower.
Okay. Are you seeing those questions come through yet?
No, I'm not. Let me figure out. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not letting me. I don't know if it's because I'm presenter but yeah. So if you want to just keep reading them off to me, that'd be great.
Okay. Here's one about identifying influencers within a geo market. Like, how do you identify the social influencers that will influence a particular market? Like, for example, New York City.
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. So right now, there's not a lot of influencers that are specific to local areas, but the large influencers will have a lot of people from like New York City or from California or Washington or London. I mean, wherever you're going, I mean, they're global audiences. So what they would do if you wanted to have their following also come to the event, they would just let their audience know that, hey, I am going to be in Manhattan this day at this event. I'd love you all to join. And then, yeah, but that's a solid question because none of these influencers that are worth anything that are like large they're usually not local to a specific city.
Okay, here's another one. For smaller events, like maybe some nonprofits, what are some ways for them to get involved with influencers? Any ideas there?
Yeah, so um, a lot of times it's just finding the influencers that have similar passions and are altruistic. And so the way of doing that is looking through different influencers and and finding ones that maybe have the same values that your organization has, and then trying to reach out to them and see if they are willing to maybe help, at a lower rate or for free, your specific organization. Um, I mean, again, there's a lot of charities and nonprofits trying to work with influencers already, but it's always worth a shot. Tyler Oakley, who I showed earlier, he's a big advocate for the Trevor Project, and he's raised hundreds of thousands and I think millions for them with his audience because he's been so passionate about that.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. I have a couple questions here relating to um, compensation for influencers. Um, what can an event maker expect to pay, or how is there do you cover hotel and travel costs, or what are some thoughts around that?
Yeah, so you definitely need to cover travel costs and hotel costs, and you want to make it so the influencer has a VIP experience. The more VIP they feel, the more, I mean, you might get more shares than the ones that you've compensated influencers to do. You might get a lot more organic tweets, organic Instagram posts if you really show them a good time. And then you should plan on giving them a fee. The fee just will depend on how much involvement the influencer is going to have. Are you going to have them host the event, or are you going to have them, use their social media or create a video, or are you just going to have them just appear just to be there? So it really depends on the genre of the influencer as well as the level of involvement that they have when it comes to budget.
Okay, great. We have time just for a couple more questions. One is, how do you get influencers to um, build hype leading up to the event, not just post during the event? Is there something that you have any ideas around getting them to hype up the event beforehand?
Absolutely. So you have them do sponsored posts. So you have them post on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and you maybe have them do a shout out at an end of a video announcing a specific event and that they're going to be at that event. That's the best way to do it. And then, if they have a large following, there's a good chance that there's going to be a good, and if the event's interesting, there's a good chance that their followers will come and participate at the event. But it's all about building up momentum around the event with their social following.
Perfect. If you can't get a social influencer, what ideas do you have to get good engagement?
If you can't get a social influencer, well, excuse me, there's a couple of things. You could maybe hire influencers to maybe seed the content that's happening at the event, have them engage with it, like maybe have them comment on your photos or tell their followers to go check out the photos. Again, that still costs money. Sometimes a good way to do it, especially if it's like a really small local event, is finding local influencers that are maybe not big on YouTube, but maybe they play for the college football team that's local, and they're going to come to the event. Or maybe they are, kind of like a local influencer that can help, increase excitement around something. I went through an event for a company I started a long time ago, and we were trying to do a college event, and we basically just worked with a lot of, we worked with I'm from Utah, so we worked with like Miss Utah to be at the event. We worked with a lot of different locals that just wanted to be a part of a cool thing, and they did it for free.
Okay, thank you so much, Ricky. That's all the time that we have. Can you remind us where we can reach you if we have any other questions?
Yeah, so you can feel free to email me at the emails I showed below. Before rickyray@corbis.com, or feel free to go to the Corbis Entertainment website, corbisentertainment.com.
Perfect.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Ricky. Huge thanks for Ricky for being with us and taking his time and sharing his thoughts and ideas around social influencers and social media. Again, this was an overview of some ideas. We will be going in more depth in some future articles and posts and webinars. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear your feedback and comments. You can send me an email to jeff.liu@spingo.com. And I'd like to invite you to follow SpinGo on Facebook at SpinGo Events, and on Twitter at SpinGo, and Instagram at SpinGo Events. We regularly post articles and other helpful ideas to event makers to help them get the word out. And so please reach out to us there. If you have any ideas for what we should cover in future webinars and articles, let us know. We're open to all ideas. And that's it for today's webinar. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate your time, and we'll see you next time.